Hi guys, it's Melissa with Communicate with Angels. I'm here for my daily broadcast here in the month of February, the month of relationships. So, in this channel, it's all about one of the most important relationships that you could develop, which is your relationship with your team of guides. So, I'm so excited. There's a few more days of open enrollment in the Communicate with Your Angels online course. So if you've been looking for a spiritual community to practice and open yourself up spiritually, this could be a great fit for you. So check it out at communicatewithangels.com/enroll. If you'd like to be part of the live group that we do 4 live calls, you need to sign up by Monday, February 24th. Okay, so just a few more days. Hey, I see a bunch of people hopping on live. Hi, hi, hi. Glad you're here. And I thought I was going to be earlier today, but guess what? My son had a 2 hour delay off school. So we were just hanging out this morning. So flexibility is key, right? But here I am. So the question I'm going to answer for you guys today is, how will my angels help me in my life? So I feel like this is a common question because it's like, well, it's one thing to have a desire to connect and communicate, but how is that really going to help me? I'm just going to make sure the comments are on here. There we go. Hey, Betsy, welcome. Okay, so I feel like there's three main areas that your guides can help you with. There's a whole lot more than three, but these are the ones that really stand out to me. I think because they may be things that you might not have thought of on your own, especially if you're new to all of this. I mean, if you're at the place where you're just awakening and you're trying to really just get some communication, you may not have realized just how practical the help from your angels can be. And again, if you want to help, get from that place of struggling and trying to connect to really having a direct, being able to talk to them, consider that Communicate with Your Angels online course, okay? All right, so the three key areas that I want to share with you about today. The first one is that your angels can help you with making clear decisions. So if you have, ever felt stuck and in this place of, should I go that way? Should I go that way? Or, what is the best thing to do? Or I want to have a better career, but is this job the best choice? I think you know what I'm saying. It's like we all have these times where we're like, oh, I'm in this place of making a decision. I want to make the decision that's going to lead me to my purpose and closer to what I really desire, my goals, but I don't know what that is. So what's really amazing in those kind of situations is that, hey, Yolanda, you can check in and ask your guides their opinion. And they have a bigger picture than we do. They're not bound by the pressures of planet Earth and they can see things that we can't see. So they will be able to advise you. So I'll tell you guys a story about this. So a couple months ago, I moved to Richmond, Virginia, and I was doing a lot of house hunting to find where I was going to live. Hi, Betsy. I'm doing great today now that my son's off to school. He had a 2 hour delay, so it was a little chaotic, but we're good now. So I was doing a lot of apartment hunting in Richmond, and I decided to rent. That was just going to be the easiest decision for me at this time. So I had done a lot of searching and visiting different places, and I had kind of narrowed it down to my top three that sort of hit my criteria of what I was looking for. And then I really didn't know which one to pick. I just felt kind of stuck. So I tuned in, and what I did is I wrote down a few different things. I was like, you know what? There's some key things here that I just don't know how it's all going to turn out. A really great school for my son, a place that is great for meeting friends and maybe business networking. I had about 5 different criteria. I wish I could remember what they all are now, but I can't. Sorry, something's looking a bit shiny on my face. And so I wrote down these 5 areas that I knew that my guides would be able to help me with, but I just didn't know how anything was going to all turn out. It's like trying to predict the future, right? And sometimes we just don't know how things are going to turn out. So with all of that in mind, I said, okay, guidance, with these 5 criteria in mind, which of these 3 houses would be the best choice for me to reach these goals? And I got a very distinct answer. And I'll tell you what, guys, it really surprised me because I had a picture in my mind, made an assumption perhaps from my brain, right, that I was going to live more on a different side of town. And the one they were suggesting actually was on a totally different area of town. But I just was like, I was in a bit of a turmoil for half a day. And then I just said, you know what? I know that there's been enough times in my life where I just trusted my guidance and it worked out even better than I could have ever imagined. So I'm just going to go with it. And I tell you what, guys, things are just really coming together in that sense since I've lived here. The school that Liam goes to is great. I mean, as far as public schools go, I have my sort of opinions about that. But considering this is a great school. And there's just many other things that have started showing up as a result of that decision that I could never have predicted. So this is the cool thing about working with your guidance. Have you ever heard the cliche of don't worry about the how? You know, like you want to create something in your life, manifest something, and they say, well, don't worry about, and you think, how am I going to do this? They say, don't worry about the how. You're like, how can I not worry about the how? I need to know. And here's why you don't need to worry about the how, because your guides will reveal it to you. There are things just around the corner for you that are better than you can even imagine right now. And if you stay within the box of what you have known before, you are totally limiting that possibility. So we all have that, right? We all have our state of consciousness of what we have experienced and known to be true in the past. But your guides have unlimited possibility and experience. So that's the beauty of it. There are times when you just need to really have faith and just trust, not knowing how it's going to work out. And that's how it was for me moving to this place. But you just make the decision and you go with it and you don't look back. So I hope that is inspiring, because I don't know, like we're limiting ourselves all the time unconsciously, because you kind of just think that what you've experienced before is the reality of life, and the truth is there's so much more available. Okay, so that was number 1, was helping you to make decisions and ultimately have more success, leading you to what you really desire in a way that might always make sense to your brain, but if you learn to trust it and work with it, oh my goodness. Okay, so number 2 is helping you with priorities of things. So I've been encountering this week because I've realized I just have this habit, I keep doing it, of taking on more projects than I really have the time and energy to be able to implement. Anyone relate? So I then can often check in with my guidance. Okay, what is the highest priority for fulfilling my life purpose? You know, and there's one project that's on my plate at the moment that's the energy around it is just feeling heavy. The people involved in it are not they're not bad people. They're lovely people, but the way that the meetings are being handled and things is just like, I don't want to get stuck in this sort of confused energy. So it's hard, but sometimes I have to say no, even though you like and respect those people and you can see some benefit in it. But anyway, so priorities, and what is the highest priority for your life purpose? Other people might not agree with it, and other people might not like it. And so there has to be an element of loyalty to yourself here as well to be able to really use this. But your guides are going to just be advising you and your unique purpose and what you've come to do. So the highest priority for that is really unique to you, and it's not selfish to go for that. It's actually the kindest thing that you can do, because ultimately that's going to help more people around you too. I truly believe that. So do you have conflicting priorities right now? And it might not just be in work stuff, right? It could be in family and friends and all of that, okay? Even like relationships or friendships, like, okay, what is the highest priority friendships I really want to invest my time into? because, we get busy. There's only so many hours in a day. That is kind of one planet Earth limitation that we have, unfortunately. And some people say you can extend time. I'm sure that's true too, but that's a conversation for another time. Oh, and speaking of time, okay, so my number 3 key way that your angels can help you is with your timing. So have you ever rushed your timing, or have you ever procrastinated and taken too long on your timing? Yeah. So your guides are going to really just help you to be in that right place at the right time, so you experience the flow. Have you guys ever had that, when you just like, oh my gosh, I'm in the right place at the right time, everything is flowing, it's like falling into place like magic, so to speak? You can ask them very specific, direct questions to help you get back in that flow of things, of timing, if you need to. Okay, so, and I usually notice that I'll start to have kind of a pull towards something or an idea. What's popping to mind with that for me is I'm going to be going to the UK in a couple months, and I started to feel that pull toward doing that. I'm going to be doing a workshop tour there. I started to feel the pull toward that probably like October, November last year, but I didn't implement it until, the last few weeks. So just noticed the timer on my live thing said 11:11. Haha, that's great. So sometimes you feel a pull towards something before it's actually timing to implement it, especially if you're high in prophecy. So again, just getting that clarity from your guides of the timing, because again, that's one of those things from their bird's eye view perspective, they can see that you can't see. So I hope that's helpful, guys. Decisions, priorities, and timing, if you want to learn, how to really ask them these clear, direct questions and feel really confident in your communication. I hope you join me and the other amazing souls who've already stepped up to be a part of the Communicate with Your Angels live online course with the live calls added. Okay, that's the best part, right? You get to talk to me. We use Zoom, so you see each other on video and all that. It's just really fun and nice community, plus having a Facebook group where everybody's already really getting to know each other and sharing and connecting. So the link again is communicatewithangels.com/enroll. If you have any other questions you'd like me to answer here on YouTube, please post them below. I would love to really be of service in the way that fits you guys best. So have an amazing day, and I'll be back on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.